beautiful friends, beautiful souls, Satnam, welcome, hola. I hope that you're having a beautiful day. I come to you today with some very extremely important information that could very well align perfectly with some of my past predictions coming into fruition. In today's live stream, I'm going to cover several important topics, starting with the potential for future climate lockdowns. That's right, friends. Future climate lockdowns. I said that 2 years ago in my predictions. We're going to talk about that, along with a very interesting and shocking leaked plan being hatched potentially or allegedly by the White House. Information that you are going to want to hear for yourself. I have that information to play for you today. And for a while, is this not working? Oh, it's working. Just want to make sure I'm working over there. Make sure everything's coming in loud and clear. So I'm also going to discuss my past predictions related to the ban on TikTok, how it could relate to future predictions and the potential for a slave planet. Don't want that now, do we? And finally, I'm going to show you some alarming information about AI and doctors and their take on radiation in which we're bathing in each and every day. Interesting. And the remote viewing, and then I'm going to show you wild stuff, friends. Wild, crazy stuff that's beyond interesting stuff to share with you today. So let me just check in with everybody here in our chat room, make sure I'm coming in loud and clear. Can you hear me? My name is Joseph Tittel. I welcome you to my channel, back to my channel. If you're new here, my name again is Joseph Tittel, aka Spiritman JT. If you want accurate predictions, prophecy, truth, and information that I'm about to show you and blow your mind with today, then you want to vibe with our tribe, smash that there subscribe, friends. You'll be glad that you did. Lots of great stuff, lots of good information to provide for you today. Shocking stuff. Welcome, Sierra, to the... which plan? Oh, you gifted 5. I didn't know you could do that. Sierra AV just gifted 5 Joseph Tittel memberships on YT. I didn't even know you could do that. That is pretty darn cool. How did the people jump on it? That's what I want to know. And thank you, Contessa of the Divine, for your chat cash. So let's get on with this because I got a lot of stuff to share. Just give me a thumbs up in the chat room, all y'all. Tiffany, Jim, Sierra AV, Candace, Rebecca. Thank you, JD with infinite, not JT, that's me, but JD in the chat room just sent me a chat cash. Thank you so much with infinite love and gratitude. So also, if you're new here, before I move on, I have some interesting clips, some wild information to share with you today that's pretty mind-blowing to say the least. And if you've been following me long enough, you'll see how a lot of this aligns perfectly with predictions and things that I've been telling you and warning you about for years now. All coming into fruition, friends. All coming into fruition. Down below, in the description, you'll find the links to my newsletter that goes out every month, the first of the month or the day before the first of the month, with all the astrology, numerology, special discounts, upcoming classes, and you'll never miss content because we put in all the content in every newsletter to make sure that you don't miss any in case you don't get notifications. Always remember to come back and check your subscription because mysteriously people become unsubscribed. And I tell you, it bugs me really badly. It bugs me badly. It's very, very unfair. I see it happen constantly, and it's just not right. I swear I should have over 100,000 followers by now. But regardless, I have all of you vibing with this tribe right now, and I'm very grateful. Also, down below in the description, you'll find a link to all my social media, including the Subscribe Star Awaken Your Spirit community. You can be a supporter by joining that community, by joining the community down below on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble, and all those amazing places, and links down to Chat Cash, PayPal, and all that down below. Thank you to all my supporters who make this free content possible for everybody else. I couldn't do it without you. Look, we got people from Louisiana, Wisconsin. Where else? Where y'all from? Shout out to where you're from in the chat room as I move on. So, all this is happening around the world right now. All these things are happening around our world right now with the climate. And this is going to bring some of my past predictions from years ago into fruition. I said back in it was a while ago. I said back, what was it, I can't remember the year. it'll come to my mind. Just drew a blank. So moving on. So let us begin with this clip I want to show you. I'm going to show you this clip that I prepared for all you beautiful souls today of the crazy things that are happening on our planet right now. And you're going to notice, just as we've spoken about in past predictions, that lots of signs are appearing in the skies. Lots of signs appearing in the skies, friends. So check out this clip.
NBC News has reported
that's the wrong clip. There you go.
Che spettacolo! Una roba incredibile! L'iceberg che si gira! An unstable cliff collapses, sending a wave of rock, trees and sand onto the beach below. Riley reverse. The debris cascading just metres in front of Hannah Fowler and Riley Stone.
Heard a crack and then the landslide fell straight in front of us.
First time we've ever seen it, so we thought we'd just pull back and just watch it happen.
On the other side, Riley's mum and dad, unaware of what happened until the alarm was raised over radio. Cliffs formed by thousands of years of ocean erosion are known to collapse without warning.
When it beach, it's got to be aware. Simple as that.
Thankfully, they were. Georgia Holland.
Tell me you didn't hear anything I said. You didn't hear anything I said, did you? Oh, my Lord, help me, Lord Jesus. Oh, Lord. Now I got to repeat myself. It's on now. Where was I? So let me go back because I just totally drew blank because I don't remember what I was saying. So anyway, we were talking about Jesus in the Bible. I read it to you, but obviously you didn't hear me. But you could read it for yourself. So with all this stuff that's happening all around the world with the climate, and this aligns with past predictions from years ago coming into fruition. I said back in 2021 that the next lockdown, the next excuse, for lockdown would be related to either some type of weather event or something they claim is natural, or even perhaps something related to radiation or other biochemical type of, warfare type of stuff. I also felt that whatever this big event was going to be in the future, that they were going to use advanced technology to pull it off. While something was just allegedly leaked from the White House, something was leaked from the White House for a potential plan of sorts to call for a lockdown. So, what could their demented psychopathic plan be? What are they coming up with? I want to know what you think in the comments down below. What do you think their plan is? And now I want you to check out this footage and I want you to listen extremely carefully, remembering that they put everything in front of our faces. I tell you this all the time, friends. They put things right in front of our faces, whether it's in a movie or whatever they do, they put it in front of our faces. And they put it in front of people's faces because the object is to get people to respond, but people never do. So that's why they continue to get away with their dark, evil plans and agendas. So now check out this very concerning leak that came out of the White House.
NBC News has reported that if Joe Biden declares a national climate emergency, he would have COVID-like powers under that emergency. And they also compared the emergency powers to the 9/11 emergency powers. The Center for Biological Diversity has estimated Joe Biden would get about 130 wartime-like powers by which to bypass democracy and impose a Green New Deal on America without a single vote of Congress. This is truly this is a Halloween story, not a story for Earth Day. This is a truly frightening story, and he might just be desperate enough to do it. This is being widely reported. The Biden White House is leaking this out. This might happen, and this is going to give Joe Biden, these kind of, you want to say the word dictatorial powers. He doesn't need no stinking democracy to impose the Green New Deal if he does this.
Crazy, right? So what do you think? Do you think this is real? Do you really think that this is part of their plan? I have no doubt that it is in their plan book. Now, they have a plan book. They don't always play all the plans in their book. It's like playing football. They don't go by all the plays in the book. They pick certain plays. This is something they have put in their playbook because Spirit showed me this in visions years ago, back in 2021. So 3 years ago, Spirit was telling us the next lockdown that they're going to use the climate as an excuse to get people to stay in. Because people aren't going to go for the whole bug thing like 2020. People aren't going for that. They have to come up with something new. They need to come up with something different. So climate lockdowns are very potential. And, we have all these weather events going on, and, not all people are educated to the fact of all the patents that our government holds, even patents that they don't tell us what they are, but ones that we know that we've gone through on Tuesday's show, all the patents, the things that they have to control the climate, the weather. And not only that, to control people's mind and thoughts. Those were creepy patents that we reviewed. Some of you will remember going over that. That was sometime last year. So what do you think? Again, what do you think they're planning in their little demising minds and evil minds of theirs? So now we're going to move on to the big coming event. The big coming event. What could it be? Now, well, if you go back to some of my past predictions, especially my channel predictions, I saw basically like an attack happening with big booms that happen in multiple places. And I was feeling like that would be multiple countries. So that was one of the things. Now, the big event that the remote viewers are talking about actually relates potentially to the Rapture, which I find to be extremely interesting as well. So I'm going to show you that clip in just a moment. I showed you the climate lockdown, yes. of what these remote viewers viewed. And this doesn't necessarily align with my predictions, but it does align with what I said I believe the rapture was really truly related to. The rapture, according to the Hopi people, they don't call it that. The Hopi native people who call themselves the first people of the land, the original people of the land. In their prophecies, they say when the last great flood came, the star brothers and sisters came down, took them from the Three Mesas, Arizona, and took them back up, to outer space or wherever. And then when the waters receded, they were put back in Arizona at the Four Corner region up near Utah and all. And they were told to spread out in, all directions to repopulate the planet. That's in the Hopi prophecy. That aligns perfectly. And the Hopi believe that's going to happen again, that the star people are going to come for them before the planet Earth shifts. So, could that be true? Could the rapture actually be more related to some type of aliens? Or especially the Greys? Well, wait until you get a load of this, friends. Wait until you get a load of this. Check this out. Remote viewing is the military term for viewing a target with the mind's eye. Remote viewings are conducted under double-blind conditions, meaning that the target assigner in the view is given an arbitrary number. The Future Forecasting Group was recently given a target number H506B3T9. That was the only information they had. It was after the viewing that they learned what the target was.
Drum roll, please. You guys were looking at the Rapture, the global religious event of an unknown time.
The target was split rapture event. In Christianity, it is the rapture, when believers are taken into heaven while the rest of humanity suffers the tribulation. The raw material calls this event the harvest and says it happens every 25,000 years. Those spiritually evolved ascend to a higher dimension, while those who do not are reincarnated back into the third dimension. According to Christians who believe in the rapture, you must believe in Jesus Christ. The raw material is from an exhaustive channeling experiment that took decades to achieve, and the source claims to be a group of entities known as the Council of Nine, or Ra, the same Ra in ancient Egypt here to assist mankind in spiritual evolution. And the FFG team saw all of this in their viewing to see if they're getting the same data. Remote viewers work in teams, and they saw the same event spanning from what they described as ancient Egypt or the Middle East into the present day. They saw an event that required one's loyal submission or worship to higher beings. They saw a major event happening in the heavens, and they saw what appeared to be a cataclysmic event tied to the great year of roughly 25,000 years. Something that many researchers predict and the raw material confirms. They all saw non-human entities behind this event. Riordan even saw a council of 9 and a blue bird, which is how they described themselves in the raw material. They saw what appeared to be another planet, one with an inhospitable atmosphere that required domed cities. They saw underground bases, and they saw the infamous gray aliens.
And then we're seeing one of these guys again. Continuation of a species. They gotta do what they gotta do. No regrets. But the sense is like, help us, like they need our help. Again, this idea of like a manifest destiny. To inhabit a corporeal being.
According to UFO research, the most story is that the Greys destroyed their own planet and came to Earth to experiment on mind in a desperate attempt for survival, no longer able to reproduce. They experiment on mankind with genetic science and technology to sustain their own species. And according to the raw material, there are two factions of non-human on Earth. One is on the path of service to others here to help humanity spiritually liberate itself. And the other is on a path of service to self here to enslave humanity for their own selfish needs. All Geiers saw several images of how the soul is attached to the human body, how it is removed, and how these creatures were attempting to manipulate the process with a Neuralink. And practically the whole team saw barbaric experiments on mankind with brain chips, animal-human hybrids, as if creating some sort of human Frankenstein was the only way for their species to survive. They could be viewing the biblical mark of the beast and also the Orion group from the raw material, otherwise known as the Greys, who use humanity for their own selfish needs. They saw UFOs, major events in the sky, and a mass exodus. It is interesting to note that Elon Musk wants to give everyone brain implants and says we need to escape the planet. Former President Trump created Space Force, and a year later, former Israeli space chief Hayad Mashad said that extraterrestrials do exist, and Trump knows all about it. Interesting to say the least, friends. Interesting to say the least. Crazy, actually. So, if you're not familiar with remote viewing, I tried to wrap it all up and sum it all up in one thing. But this group, you can actually join this group online. I forget what it costs per month. It's actually kind of interesting. I'd like to join as a remote viewer and hang out with the remote viewers. That'd be fun. Interesting stuff. Now, I haven't done it the way they do it. I find that to be even more fascinating, that they're only just given a number or something specific like that to tune into. So I believe in the timelines. And actually, somebody was asking in the chat room about getting an email about a free membership. Somebody, Sierra AV, in the chat room, gave 5 free memberships away. I didn't even know you could do that. And we thank Sierra for that. I want to thank Sandra G for your PayPal love and support. And there was somebody else. Karen A, thank you for your chat cash. I really do appreciate that. Excuse me. So, back in 2017, I did a video called Tribulation 2025 to 2032. And it was just literally a guess that it could be tribulation, only based on a message that I received from Spirit back in 2017 in meditation. Actually, it was 2016 that I received the information. 2017 is when I put it out in my world predictions. And Spirit said that 2025 to 2032 would be the most challenging time for humanity and for the earth. 2025 is a 9-year numerology. 9s are all about endings, death of cycles, letting go of, and getting rid of. And I've been feeling about 2025 for years, just 2025 by itself, let alone what comes after. The period from 2025 to 2032 is 7 years. And 2032 happens to be a 7-year in numerology. It just kind of made sense to me, Spirit saying that, and then the whole period of time just made sense to me. But regardless, whether it is the tribulation or not, there's definitely going to be tribulating times happening on the earth. They already are, but especially in 2025. So now, again, what could this big event be? I believe it's multiple events. And if you go back to all the prophecies say the same thing. There will be a global conflict first. That's in every prophecy, all the way from even Nostradamus, Edgar Cayce, Book of Revelation, and many, many others. Baba Varga. There's so many. And many of the visions and prophecies that I've shared with you over the decades of being here, hanging out with you, the beautiful people in our tribe that are out to vibe. So there's more. There's more to this. I have more here for you. So you may have just recently recognized this. Why is that not showing up? Weird. Try this. There it is. All right, there it goes. So, Biden signs the bill banning the app TikTok. Now, what do y'all think about that? Because if you go back, I did a video on this, specifically on this. And so it says President Biden just signed a bill banning TikTok in America unless it's sold to a U.S.-based company. That's just so wrong. That to me, I'm sorry. That's like, But anyway, their CEO spoke out, and TikTok's head honcho, Shu Zichu, posted a video Wednesday in response to Biden and his John Hancock on legislation that got passed in the House of Representatives. Which you're aware of all this. You know what happened. You know what's going on. So if we go back again to my past predictions, I told you they were going to push for this. They were going to push for this. And there's more to this TikTok bill than they're telling you about. This bill is not just about TikTok, friends. This bill is taking that whole national security to another level. Literally, they can lock you up for an email that they don't like or something you post on any social media platform, not just TikTok. This is not just something going after TikTok. You got to read the legislation for yourself. Again, we did a video on that a while back, at least over a year ago, and it's happening. And as long as that man's behind office being controlled like a puppet by the puppeteers, they're going to push it and make it happen. And that is, let me actually just show you this. Let me just show you what the guy says. Let him speak up for himself.
Hi everyone, it's Show here. As you may have heard, Congress passed a bill that the president signed into law that is designed to ban TikTok in the United States. That will take TikTok away from you and 170 million Americans who find community and connection on our platform. Make no mistake, this is a ban on TikTok and a ban on you and your voice. Politicians may say otherwise, but don't get confused. Many who sponsored the bill admit a TikTok ban is the ultimate goal. It's obviously a disappointing moment, but it does not need to be a defining one. It's actually ironic because the freedom of expression on TikTok reflects the same American values that make the United States a beacon of freedom. TikTok gives everyday Americans a powerful way to be seen and heard. And that's why so many people have made TikTok part of their daily lives. Rest assured, we aren't going anywhere. We will keep fighting for your rights in the courts. The facts and the Constitution are on our side, and we expect to prevail again. Our community is filled with people who have found acceptance and compassion, offered inspiration and encouragement, increased their awareness, and broadened their perspectives, ultimately adding more delight and joy to their lives. Our community is also filled with 7 million business owners who have built their livelihoods on TikTok. While we make our case in court, you'll still be able to enjoy like you always have. In fact, if you have a story about how TikTok impacts your life, we'll love for you to share it to showcase exactly what we're fighting for. Meanwhile, we will continue to invest and innovate to keep our community vibrant, exciting, and safe. Through our US data security efforts, we have built safeguards that no other peer company has made. We have invested billions of dollars to secure your data and keep our platform free from outside manipulation. I say this enough. This extraordinary diverse community is what makes TikTok so special, what makes it matter, and what makes it meaningful. And we'll keep working to ensure you will always have the opportunity, the safety, and the freedom to enjoy all TikTok has to offer. Thank you.
Interesting, right? Interesting. He's got a lot of valid points there. I got to say, he's got a lot of valid points. And what I'm telling you, I wouldn't miss TikTok either. I do post on there. I don't go on there very often. I really need to, but I really don't have time. I try to post shorts when I can, but it's just, again, busy time. So I wouldn't miss it, but it's not the point of the TikTok. They're making it look like it's a ban on TikTok, and it's not that at all. It's way more than that. Again, it's taking that, what happened back in 2001 on September 11th, it's taken that whole security bill, Homeland Security thing they did back then to the next level. And I mean, when you read the legislation, it's extremely disturbing. Maybe I'll pull it up and go over it again on Tuesday's show. And if you're new here, again, every Tuesday, you can catch me on Tuesday's Tea Time Predictions Update, where we talk about predictions, how they align, and I have more for you, so don't go nowhere yet. Don't go nowhere yet. I got more for you. In my channel predictions, I revealed some information that will come, and sadly, it likely leads to a third world conflict, unfortunately. I mean, it makes sense. But what about the rapture? Again, so many people believe in it, so many questions about it. Again, if we listen to what the Hopi people say, the Hopi believed the star people were coming. I showed you the clip of the remote viewers. I find that actually disturbing because it's not that they're coming to help us. According to what they received, they were coming to help themselves. I still believe, like humanity, there's good and bad. There's good and bad at everything. It's like a battery. You will not get juice out of a battery if there's not a proper balance of both negative and positive vibration. If there's too much positive in the battery, it's going to blow up in your face. And if there's too much negative, you're never going to get no juice out of it. So, there's got to be balance. I've met people that are on cloud love. Oh, love, 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 love. And sorry, there's just this kind of fakeness to it. There's got to be balance. We all have stressful days. We all are human. I want to thank Tina in the chat room and Sierra for your chat cash. I greatly appreciate you with infinite love and gratitude. So now, how does AI tie into this? How does AI tie into this and the fact that we are bathing each and every day in radiation? Big time. So I have this pyramid that an awesome person made for me. It is Organite. Organite, if it's made properly, blocks radiation and EMF. And you can tell, I don't have my chart. I should have showed you. I have a radiation detector thingy. And when you go up to the computer, if you put this in between you and the computer, and I do, it sits right on my desk, right in front of me to block that radiation. They started to make clothing that can block it too, which I'm all about, but it actually is affordable and nice. It's not very nice looking clothing. They even have hats, which, excuse me, I want to get a board on my channel at some point in time. Special hats, tinfoil hats, but they don't look like tinfoil hats. And you could actually just buy a baseball cap and line it with tinfoil, but that's only protecting your brain. So check out this disturbing clip that I put together for you today as well. That's really important, how AI could play into this whole mess that we're already kind of stepped into. Where'd it go? There it is. The U.S. government is bankrupting the economy and igniting... Hold on. Why does it do that to me? There we go. The U.S. government is bankrupting the economy and igniting a third world conflict while flooding the border with single military-aged men. The media continues to divide us amongst party lines with another bad election while Hollywood tries to goad the people into a second civil conflict. And while this is all happening, humanity is being slow killed with technologies that only serve to isolate and track us. 9 years ago, hundreds of scientists were warning us of the dangers of cell phone and 5G radiation.
I'm Dr. Martin Blank from the Department of Physiology and Cellular Biophysics at Columbia University. We are scientists and engineers, and I'm here to tell you we have created something that is harming us, and it is getting out of control. The incidence of fatal brain cancer in younger people has more than tripled. We are putting cellular antennas on residential buildings and on top of hospitals where people are trying to get well. It's particularly frightening that radiation from our telecommunication and power line technology is damaging the DNA in our cells. The time to deal with the harmful biological and health effects is long overdue. We are really all part of a large biological experiment without our informed consent.
An artificial intelligence grid is being built all around us, and the people have never been more divided. And if we fail to unite, the future of humanity is destined to be grim. In Ronald Reagan's famous 1987 speech, he referred to an alien threat that could unite humanity.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world. And yet, I ask you, is not an alien force already among us?
And regardless of what he was referring to 37 years ago, that alien threat is still here today. It is the anti-human artificial intelligence that humanity is given. Yeah, interesting, right? AI is creepy, friends. AI is very, very creepy. Turn that off. There we go. I find it to be very creepy. I mean, it's really amazing, too, at the same time. But in the future, AI could put doctors out of business. There's already surgeries performed by artificial intelligence. There's so much, and we know where all this intelligence came from. The star people. But was it the good star people or the bad star people? Just like many people believe that Elon Musk is for the good. Elon Musk, as I said earlier in one of my clips I showed you, wants to put chips in everybody's brain and says that we all need to leave the planet. Someone was just telling me this today. I had lunch with some amazing friends today. Sheena and our husband. It was great seeing them. And he was telling me about a movie back in the 70s. I want to look it up and watch it. The Man Who Fell to Earth. The Man Who Fell to Earth. He says it sounds just like Elon Musk's story, actually. So I want to go watch it. It's from the 70s. I don't know if I'll find it, but I want to watch that. Anybody in the chat room catch that movie? Really interesting. And hey, if you like today's content, it took me all day to put all those clips together for you, and I really appreciate that you show your love by smashing that thumbs up button, friends. Thumbs up. Besides that, it gets this information out to more people, so please also share this on your social media. Let people know what potentials. It's not to be scared, it's to be prepared. So you're not so shocked when you find out that it's all true and what's happening in the world. Big things are coming, big events, and some of that for United States especially is coming this year. So what we need to do is fight their agenda by staying in the light, not dividing amongst people. Thank you, Cindy H, for your chat cash, and I hope I didn't miss anybody in that chat room. But thank you for that. I appreciate it with infinite love and gratitude. All the time it takes to put this together, this free content for everybody else, you make that happen. And I thank you for that. So something, of course, big is coming. Lining up all the predictions of my own from the past, going back again years ago. Starting with climate lockdowns was in past predictions in certain areas, which now makes even more sense because, back in 2021, it sounded potentially possible, sure. But now with the leak from the White House, it sounds very, very legit, and it's in their playbook. Whether they play that play or not, we'll have to see. Personally, I don't think Biden's going to make it till that November, and if he does, he's not going to make it much further beyond that, unless they put one of his little clone people or doubles in there. I watched the 60 Minutes interview, and I don't know how anybody could watch that and not know it wasn't him. It was too put together. That man can't even complete a sentence. That interview was perfect. Amazing, actually, that he was able to do it so well. That wasn't him. It might not have even been a double. Now they have AI. Remember, what we have and what we have our hands on, the government's 50 years, hundreds of years more advanced than we are. For every year that we advance in technology, the government advances 50 years. So they're way ahead of us, friends. And they got that technology. And, the aliens, believe what you want. I know, especially the gray aliens are more likely the fallen angels that are referred to in the Holy Bible. I have no doubt that that's what that's all connected to. Look at how they can make miracles appear in the skies, where the UFO is there, then it's gone, then it's there. That's what the Bible says, that they will, like even the Antichrist will make miracles appear, make it appear that he's Jesus when he's not. So we got to be aware. We got to be alert. Thank you, Debbie TT. Thank you, Debbie TT, for your chat cash. So lots of big events are coming, friends. And what I can tell you is it's not just one. And what the remote viewers were getting, I feel, is something that's way, way into the future. And again, they were given a number that referred to the rapture in the Bible. Whatever the number was, that's what the information they received. I found it to be shocking and wild all at the same time. But I feel like that's still way ahead of us. I do have no doubt that 2025 to 2032 is going to be exactly what Spirit said. And ever since I was back in my late teens, when I went into the realm of the metaphysical realm and started doing readings when I was 13, actually, I knew back then Spirit told me the year 2032. I kept getting that over and over and over again. And I didn't know much of anything back then. And now knowing that, yeah, it's something big. That's when I would assume, easy assumption, that we shift into the 5D. We shift from one dimension to the other, which could be the rapture. Maybe the past rapture was connected to the star people coming down and taking the Hopi people and the 144,000 chosen ones. Maybe that's definitely, again, in the prophecies. Doesn't mean that's going to be the future rapture. The future rapture could literally be us shifting into that other dimension. And not everybody. Only those that are doing the work on themselves. Doing the work on themselves spiritually, like the Hopi say, connecting to the earth and doing all those things. So what we all need to do, if you're not doing it already, like I am, is just be prepared. Have a water source. Make sure you have connection to get water. Make sure you have it stored, food. Even that yucky, gross 25-year-old military food. It's better than nothing if something happens. Especially, again, lockdowns happen again. Before lockdowns happened back in 2020, Spirit told people to start stocking up for food. We didn't know lockdowns were coming. And then they happened. And it made sense. And Spirit's been insistent that we stock up on food ever since. Look at the prices of food now. If you stocked up, you would have saved a bunch of money, right? You would have saved a whole bunch of money and just replenish as you need it. Even if it's just buying an extra can of vegetables every week for $1, whatever you can do. And to make sure that you have, emergency exits and just always be prepared no matter where you're at, because you never know what can happen unless you're psychic. Then you might know what's going to happen. So other than that, friends, do I have any other clips here to show you? I think that was all of my clips for today. All this important information. Yes, I got to go get some food myself, actually, after I go outside and water everything before it gets too dark to water my plants. I want to go transplant my beans into the garden from the greenhouse. So that's what I'm heading out to do. Remember, on Monday, keep an eye out for your notifications, because Monday, the premiere of May's Predictions and Forecast will be available. And as you know, you can catch me every single Tuesdays for Tuesday's Tittle Tea Time Predictions Update. We talk about world events, what's going on, and how they may or may not relate to predictions and prophecy, with new predictions each and every day. I'm glad I surprised you with this live today. I surprised myself when I learned some of this information about, actually, it was those two subjects, the TikTok and also that leak from the White House about potential climate lockdowns. That's the main reason. And then I put everything else together for you today, brought this information. I really, really hope that you enjoyed. Again, it takes a lot of time and effort, and it's valuable information, important information. The more information and the more downloads we receive, the more prepared we are as well. So preparation's beyond just prepping for food and stuff. Preparation includes the knowledge and wisdom to carry you forward into the future. And you can find some of that knowledge and wisdom coming through from the spirits right here, every time we're here. And on Tuesdays, too. So, friends, I thank you for hanging out with me for this live, important message and for the things that are coming. Thank you, Paul A. in the chat. Hi, from Philly. Remember that Halloween party? Which Halloween party? My Halloween party or the other Halloween party? Now I have to finish asking. Way back in the day, one of my siblings and I used to do an annual witches ball. It was a wild event, fun, so much fun. And we did it for charity every year. One year we sent 2 kids that had the big C to Florida. They were in different states, and the money we raised was able to take those 2 kids and have them unite. They were pen pals. It was a long time ago. So yeah, they were pen pals, and we were able to raise enough money for that. And then I had friends in Pennsylvania that do a big Halloween party in honor of their son that passed away from the big C. That was a good party, but I think they stopped doing that. So I'm not sure. And I'm stuck here. Why am I stuck here? All right, friends. Well, I'm going to leave you with that and go out and play in my garden, make some chow, friends. And I want to say, Dunkashay. Thank you. I love each and every one of you. Thanks for vibing with the tribe. And remember to celebrate life, celebrate you, be kind to others as you wish others be kind to you. It's the right thing to do. And remember to be bold, be true, be kind, be you, because you are friggin' awesome. Have an awesome rest of your day. Namaste and much love, friends. Much, much love.